Hi, welcome everyone. Today we have Laura West from ProQuest here for our Wednesday webinar to talk about Ebook Central in the UAGC library. Now, as a librarian, my name is Karen Menti. I'm your outreach librarian for UAGC. I'm also the liaison to the Forbes School of Business. And I recommend Ebook Central often when faculty are looking for resources, maybe to supplement coursework or course concepts, whether they're looking for background information on a broader topic or scholarly research on a more specific topic. It has millions of academic texts on topics that support all of our programs, all of our disciplines, as well as reference books such as encyclopedias, dictionaries, manuals, handbooks. And it's very easy for us, your librarians, to provide direct links to even specific chapters or pages of a book so that students can seamlessly get there in Canvas. Ebook Central resources are linked in so many of our courses, so it's probably a resource that you're already at least a little familiar with. But today, Laura is going to walk us through searching and utilizing some of the features of Ebook Central that you might not be aware of, just to make sure you're getting all that you can out of this great resource. Now, I'm going to just quickly walk you through how to get to Ebook Central in the library. There are a couple of different ways. So from our library homepage, you might have noticed there's these tabs on the bottom of our Library One search box. This is where we tend to direct students to if maybe they're looking for an ebook on a topic. So the easiest way, you can click ebooks, the ebooks tab, and then enter maybe the topic that you're searching for. Let's say you're in a human resources class and you're looking for an ebook on recruitment. We would just type recruitment into that search box, and it's already going to put, this is our Library One search is our search engine that searches most of our databases at once. So by clicking that ebooks tab, it's already going to put in that we just want to limit our search to ebooks. And from here, our top result, it's a recent publishing from 2020. We can just click the ebook full text, and that's going to jump us right into the ProQuest Ebook Central database. Now, another way that you might get there is just by going to either this ebooks gray button, which will take you to all of our ebook databases, of which Ebook Central is our main one, or you can go to Find Articles and More. Find Articles and More is also where we direct a lot of students and faculty who are just looking for a list of all the databases that we have in the library. The easiest one I find maybe is the A to Z list, if you know the name of the database you're looking for, but maybe you want to browse by subject or by type of database, like dissertations or something like that. But since we know we want Ebook Central, we'll go to Databases A to Z and jump to E for Ebook Central. And again, it just jumps us right into this Ebook Central landing page. And this is a good point for me to stop my share. I'm going to turn off my video and hand things over to Laura West for a deep dive into ProQuest Ebook Central.
Thank you, Karen. And thank you all for joining today's webinar about Ebook Central. I am the ProQuest product sales manager for books in the West Coast. I live in Irvine, and so I work with a number of different libraries on the West Coast for help with Ebook Central, in addition to other types of ebook, print, and also books marketplaces that we have available through ProQuest. And I also invited my colleague, Maria Hugger. She is part of a collection and workflow solutions consultants team that works directly with a number of different librarians along with myself around different curation projects. And so she's kind of my backup on this call in case there's any questions that come in that I cannot answer. And today I'm going to start with a slideshow that I have put together that gives a overview of ProQuest Ebook Central. And then I'm going to hop into the University of Arizona Global Campus Ebook Central site to show you a live demo as well. So with that, I am going to go ahead. Oh, let me see. I need the ability to share my screen if somebody can help with that.
Sorry about that, Laura.
No worries.
Let me get you, let's see. Here we go.
Much to clean up there.
Great. You should have the ability now.
Golfing and
Yes.
mowing the lawn.
All right, I can see that I'm able to do it. Now let's go ahead and get that shared.
If he can help you,
Yeah.
no.
Well, Steve.
I mean, as much as he
Yeah.
show him.
Oh, sorry, if you can mute yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me I should have made you a co-host, Laura, because now I don't have the ability to mute. Here, let me see. There we go. Okay, I'll keep an eye on.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Sorry
And
about
are you able to see the presentation?
Yes, looks great.
Perfect. All right, well, thank you so much. So there is a lot to Ebook Central. To give you an overview, ProQuest Ebook Central has millions of ebooks that are accessible to libraries across the globe. I know this slide is busy, but this is just a high-level overview of the types of searching and interaction that you can do with Ebook Central. So with this platform, you're able to read full text books, you're able to download full ebooks, you're able to download specific chapters, search the entire catalog that's available to you, and also easily export citations and share links between patrons at University of Arizona Global Campus, or share links within Canvas very easily as well. So just to give you a little bit of context, at your library, you have access to 3 different ProQuest ebook subscriptions. We have Academic Complete, which is our most comprehensive ebook subscription with over 200,000 ebooks. And then you also have access to College Complete and University Press ebook subscription, in addition to a number of titles that your library owns from ProQuest as well. All of these are accessible to you from ProQuest Ebook Central. I also wanted to highlight our accessibility features that are on Ebook Central because we're very proud of the enhancements that we've made to Ebook Central as a platform, not only just on the web browser, but on the mobile experience as well, so that we are making our content accessible to any type of learner. We also have an extension of ProQuest Ebook Central called Syndetics Unbound. Now, the actual mechanisms from your point of view aren't entirely relevant, but whenever you're seeing features like the you may also like recommendations within Ebook Central, any type of outline for award and reader reviews about the author, anything like that, this type of enriching data is brought to Ebook Central through Syndetics Unbound. We are the preferred platform in usability by a number of different libraries, and it sounds like University of Arizona Global Campus prefers to access Ebook Central when possible. And I've added a couple of additional slides to show the types of titles that are used at your library specifically. So just this year, patrons who have accessed the University of Arizona Global Campus Ebook Central site have accessed almost 18,000 titles with over 950,000 total pages viewed, copied, and printed. We see over 15,000 unique users, so at least 15,000 patrons of some kind, be those students or instructors or librarians, have gone in and accessed Ebook Central books with over 8,000 chapter downloads as well. So you are certainly using Ebook Central. As I mentioned earlier, you have access to a number of different subscriptions, one of them being Academic Complete. I just wanted to give you a high-level overview of some of the quality content that's available to you. So we have over 50 languages represented within this ebook subscription, over 33,000 fully DRM-free titles. That stands for Digital Rights Management Free. So there are no restrictions to the number of pages you can copy or print for any particular book. And we've made sure to include nearly 16,000 award-winning titles in Academic Complete available to your patrons. We have a few of the top titles used at your library represented here, so hopefully some of these should look familiar to you, but I just wanted to highlight especially the Wiley books. These books published by Wiley are not as available or easily available through other vendors, so we do pride ourselves in our Wiley content. And again, I wanted to highlight the non-English language titles that are available to you because as a online library, I think that it's probably very relevant for you to be able to offer books in languages other than English. So you can see here we have over 6,000 books available in French, nearly 5,000 in German, nearly 4,000 in Spanish, etc. And here in a minute, I will show you how easy it is to quickly identify those books. So with that, I'm going to hop into your eBook Central environment and show you how you could do that. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to reshare my screen. And can someone come off mute and let me know if you can see this?
You're good to go.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so I have pulled up your institution's eBook Central site. I can tell because it says right here, University of Arizona Global Campus Library. So right off the bat, I just wanted to point out what all of these links mean so we can identify the type of usability that you would have. We have this search functionality right here, but you can also come right to this search bar and search for any ebooks. You can do searches by author, by keyword, by ISBN, subject, etc. And if you want to search by multiple facets, here when you click advanced search, this is where you can come in and add multiple fields. So if you know that you want to search for a book on, let's say, sustainability, and you want it to be recently published, so let's say between 2020 and 2023 in English, whatever it may be, you're able to do that search here, and then we can see that over 2,600 books have been identified as matching those criteria. So the idea is that it's easy to really narrow in on the specific type of searching you would like to do and be able to see all of the books that are accessible to you. There's a couple of other things that I wanted to point out within this advanced search section. So I feel like keyword and pub date are fairly self-explanatory, but you have a number of different other options to search from. So I mentioned title earlier, author, publisher. You can also search by LC subject heading. These are getting into a little into the weeds into librarianship, but if you know any of this other specific information, you're able to add these items, and you can easily add additional search terms as well. So we have all of these languages that are available as well, representative of the 19,000 different ebooks that are available in non-English language. Now, the download format, this may require some explanation. So most of you should be aware of PDF. Like an Adobe PDF, we do use Adobe Digital Editions to access our downloaded books. And then we also have the EPUB format as well. And ePublication is a way to download the title that you would access in a web browser. You are able to additionally refine your search by ebook status. So owned and subscribed to by my library indicates that you will absolutely be able to access this book at some point. So we've got subscribed titles that will be no restrictions on concurrent access. So as many students, as many instructors can access that book, download that book, whatever you want to do at the same time. For some of the owned titles, there may not be unlimited, what we call unlimited access licenses available. And in that case, there may be a wait for the book, but it will give you a notification if that is the case. But I know that this library specifically has striven to make as many of the titles as possible available at the unlimited access license. So you should be able to access the book right away without issue. Now you're able to identify again if you, for the case of books that are not at the unlimited access license, if there is more than one copy, this would make it more likely for you to be able to access that book. Or we've got the unlimited access license, which would include all subscription books and all books that are owned by your library at the unlimited access license. And then finally down here with collections, these represent the different ebook subscriptions that your library has access to between Academic Complete, College Complete, and the University Press ebook subscription. So if you want to search for books that are only included in these different subscriptions, you can easily just check the box. And then when you're doing your search, only those will be populated for you. Now I'm going to go over to the Browse Subjects area where you can see all of the different subjects we have available. And when you click on any of these, it's going to pull up the entire list of book results that are available from eBook Central to your library. And then additionally, over on the left, you can filter further. So if you know you want English books, if you want to select the specific author, you're able to make those selections easily right here. Now, since we're at the search screen, I think this is a good place to point out some of the different icons that are reflective of the user experience within eBook Central. So over here on the right, I can see I can easily download a book. I can read it online. I can review the table of contents, or I can add it to my bookshelf. As a patron of this library, you all have access to a personalized bookshelf that is only accessible to you. So at any point, if you're adding either entire books or specific chapters to your bookshelf, only you are going to be able to see that information. And if you edit those factors further, like if you decide to make any annotations or highlights within the book, you're able to access that exclusively from your account. And I will show you that in a second as well. But for now, I'm going to go back to the home page and show you some additional features and functionality that are available. So we touched on the search, we touched on the subjects. When I go down here, this is representative of the Syndetics Unbound functionality that I mentioned earlier as well. And this is going to display books that your account specifically has accessed recently. So if you forget to add a book to your bookshelf, for example, you should be able to go back down to this carousel and quickly identify which book you recently viewed as a patron of this library. Additionally, we have some very helpful how-to and FAQ links here. So if I click this view how-to video, a lot of this stuff I'm going to cover right now, but if you ever need a refresher, this links out directly to a YouTube page that has walkthrough videos on things like searching, using the e-reader, creating your bookshelf, etc. And then we also have a very helpful FAQ page that shows how to get help with specific things like signing in, reading online, accessing your bookshelf, etc. All right, so at this point, I'm going to navigate to my own bookshelf, and this is where I'm going to show you what it actually looks like to read a book online. So I'm going to click on this book on facility planning, and immediately I can see the cover of the book has been populated, and over on the left, I see the table of contents. So it's very easy to come in here and click on any of these chapters, and it will bring you directly to that chapter. You will also be able to go ahead and bookmark any page. you're able to, as you're reading along, let's say that this list of bullets is going to be very important for, as a student, maybe a course that I'm taking. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, and then I can choose the color that I would like. And then from there, all of the different bookmarks, highlights, maybe I want to highlight this passage and make an annotation, such as this will be on test, whatever it may be. All of the things that I'm adding here are then accessible from this annotations pane. So over here on the left, if I click this star, then everything that I've done from bookmarking to highlighting to making a note are available. And as you progress through the book, these are going to be listed in chronological order of the book pages. Now, within this book, you can actually search for terms throughout the entire book. So if I wanted to learn about, let's see, this book is about facility planning, design for health, etc. Maybe I will search for the word activity. And then within this book, it is now highlighted every instance of that word at the chapter level. So as I go down, I'm able to quickly see where that search term is included. And then when I click on that, it brings me directly to that page. So this should give you and your patrons, your students, whatever it may be, a really interactive way to search and utilize the book to the most relevant needs for that course or teaching and learning. Now, outside of the ability to make all of these different changes in general, we have a couple of different features that are available for all of the ProQuest ebooks. So I see here that I am able to expand on the details of the page easily from that reader screen. And I wanted to explain what some of this means. So in this availability section, this tells you what you're able to do with the book. I can see that I can read this book online. I'm able to download this book. I'm able to download specific chapters. And then this pages remaining for copy and for print/chapter download. This is representative of the DRM that I mentioned earlier, the digital rights management. So this book in particular is not DRM free, meaning there's no restrictions on the number of pages you can copy or print, but it does tell me per day what my allocation is. So each day I'm able to copy 139 pages of this book, and I'm able to print or download chapters of 277 pages of this book. So these are all set by the publisher, and they're based on a percentage of the book, typically like between 15 and 50% of the book are going to be DRM allocated. And all of these figures refresh daily. So each day I can do 139 pages of copying, and then the very next day that's going to reset and I can do an additional 139. Over here on the right, we see the book details information. So if you wanted some more specific information about this book, such as the publisher, publication date, what kind of subject headings are included, all of that information is easily accessible. And then over here on the left, this shows me that I've already saved this book to my bookshelf, but I also have the ability to share a link to this book. So once I copy this link, I could send it to anybody else who has access to your library, and they would be able to open that book directly from this link. Or I can choose to cite this book if I'm doing some sort of research project. And when I am doing a citation, I'm able to, from this dropdown, easily select the type of citation that I am interested in. And from there, it will automatically generate the citation. Now, I am going to navigate back to this book and show you some additional features that are available at the top of this page. So the download button should be self-explanatory, but I'm able to, once I click this link, do a full download. it's going to prompt me to identify what kind of device I am using. So if, for example, I was using some sort of tablet or phone, it's going to prompt me with different instructions than it would if I was doing a laptop, and it would request that I am using my own computer. Now, if I haven't done so already, it is now prompting me to download Adobe Digital Editions, which is the application that allows patrons to read the book offline from a downloaded format. I've already done this, so I will click done with this step. And then from here, I am able to download my book, and it is identifying how long I have access to this book. So because this is an unlimited access book and these rules have been set by your library, you're able to download this book for 180 days, which is should be plenty of time to finish your reading with this book. Other than that, we're able to chapter download specific chapters for the PDF, and it's going to show you the option to download whatever chapter you're currently on. So because I'm looking at the cover right now, I know that this is going to be the very beginning of this chapter, but if I want to navigate down to chapter 11, for example, I can do so and download the full chapter. And then I can also request that a citation be generated for that chapter that I'm downloading as well. Now from here, you're also able to copy entire pages, print entire pages, or specific page ranges, current chapter, etc. And again, choose a citation. From here, this is where you can link from specific chapters or just the entire book in general. So if I navigate to this chapter and I click on the link, then it's going to share that entire book. Now from here, this is where I'm going to have access to the different options for personalizing the book. So if I click this highlight button, now anywhere I click is going to be highlighted, which again will be housed here in this annotation section. I can do the same thing for my notes, or if I decide that I did that by mistake or I don't want that note, I can easily click this trash can icon and it will go away. And then from any page, I'm able to easily bookmark things as well. As soon as you click that bookmark button, now this page is bookmarked and again, accessible from the annotation section. Other than that, these icons should be more self-explanatory. You're able to easily zoom out or zoom in to specific parts of the book. And then you're also able to customize the zoom from like fit width or fit the entire page. So if I fit the width of the page, it's going to reformat itself. And then if I fit the page, it's going to fit the page that I'm currently viewing. And then finally, we do have the ability to go to a specific page once you click on this area for the pages. So if you know that something is on page 300 or thereabouts, once I click on that, I am easily able to navigate to that page, or I can click these arrows to go between pages very easily. So that is a pretty comprehensive overview of the e-reader. Other than that, I did want to show you within the bookshelf, it's very easy to identify the books that you have annotated. So I did a few different annotations during this demonstration. All of the books that have annotations are going to be visible here. You're also able to identify which books you have recently viewed. And this information, again, is also available from that carousel on the home screen. And then I can also identify which books I am currently have downloaded or that I am loaning and what their expiration date is. So as I go down, I'm able to easily either find a book that I know that I've loaned or manage those loans from here to make sure that I'm keeping track of all of the books that are of interest to me. And then finally, you can add folders very easily. So if you know that you are trying to pull in a number of different titles specific for a specific course or a research project, whatever it may be, you can enter a folder name and then add books specifically to that folder. Once you have all of these folders, downloads, etc., you can choose to link to the entire folder to share between classmates, or if you're an instructor and you have a folder that's relevant to a specific course, you can share that link within Canvas or share it with specific students so they'd be able to see all of the books that you have organized. And then you can also choose to share it with as an email. You can choose to download the contents entirely into an information format, or you can choose to export the citations for all of these books all at once in specific styles. Other than that, the only other area that I haven't touched on are the settings, which are also pretty self-explanatory. Here's where you're able to change the default citation style. Above, I was able to modify some of my personal information. And then we also have some accessibility settings for those users who need some additional help with accessibility. At this point, I'm going to pause and ask if anybody has any questions.
Thanks so much, Laura. Well, anybody wants to chime in with any questions, I just wanted to make more of a comment that I think the annotations, I appreciate you showing all that. That's one feature that I've heard from students that they really enjoy using. I know us librarians, we've played around with it a bit and enjoy it. And I can see faculty really having a lot of use for that as well. So thanks for showing that feature.
Of course.
And also the accessibility, I'm glad you mentioned it. ProQuest, they're a partner with a lot of our collections. You know, of course, we have ProQuest Central, we have ProQuest Dissertations, and then we have ProQuest Ebook Central. And I just have to commend you guys every time you come and visit, because you are so responsive. If we ever see an issue with anything, you are very quick to fix it in the databases and just anything with accessibility. Or I know sometimes in Ebook Central, we might come across a text that maybe the chapters haven't been labeled or something like that. And all it takes, if I just want to make sure faculty understand, just if you come across anything like that, just reach out to your librarian liaison. We're happy to get in touch with ProQuest, and or you can even, you know, submit a ticket with ProQuest as well. You're a user of ProQuest, but we're also happy to do the heavy lifting on that for you. We know you're really busy, but and they are so quick with the turnaround in getting that fixed. But just keep that in mind. We really appreciate working with them.
I really
Thanks,
appreciate
Laura.
you saying that. Thank you. And in the chat, I have included the email address to notify our support team if in the scenario, like the chapters aren't labeled correctly, or sometimes the cover of the book is wrong. I mean, we have millions of titles in here and it isn't perfect, but we will try to fix it when we're notified of that. So as Karen mentioned, you can always just email your librarian liaison and they will reach out to me or ebook support, or you could just reach out directly. And this team is really responsive. I'm in Pacific time, and I will submit a ticket at like 2 in the afternoon, where most of my colleagues are in Eastern time, but they will get back to me same day still after those Eastern time hours. So if there's any issue, you know that your library is in contact with us and can help.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys are fantastic. Thank you for
thank you.
everything you do. All right, so any questions before we let Laura go and let everyone go? I'm happy to give everybody some time back in their day, and I'll get this recording uploaded and shared out in an email along with some resources that Laura's shared with me, so that you all have them in the follow-up email afterwards. But if we don't have any questions, I just want to thank Laura again for joining us, and thank you all for being here. And I wish you all a very good afternoon and rest of your week. Take care.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.